I gave Wicked for Good 1.5 stars on Letterboxd, and here's why. If you're new here, welcome! I'm Cinematic Daydream and I love all things movies. Let's talk Wicked for Good. I gave the film 1.5 stars because of poor pacing, mistimed choreography, lackluster set design, and inconsistent cinematography styles. It's really rough when I get more entertainment from the man sitting in the row in front of me scrolling through his camera reel on his phone than actually watching the movie. If I were editing this film, I would have cut a lot to drive the story to more interesting parts more quickly, cutting the fat, as I learned from my time at film school. If something feels slow, it probably is, and leaving it in your film is one of the worst mistakes you can make during post-production. This one's a big one. The immersion factor in a film is everything. It's like the willing suspension of disbelief. If you take that away from your audience, it's really hard to get it back. It's like a dance of trust between creator and consumer. The first example from this film that I remember seeing while watching it through the first time was the opening dance number featuring the guards with the batons. Look back at it too and you'll see what I mean. Do you remember rows and rows of hand-planted tulips in fields that seemed to never end? Wicked Part 1 was full of grandiose establishing shots and wide shots that really captured the scale of not only the world it was set in, but also the characters' relationships to it. We did get some of that in Wicked for Good, but cascading fields that seemed to never end were traded for frequent shallow depth of field shots that accentuated characters more than the spaces they resided in, or shots too tight altogether to see the scale of sets and set pieces. It's easy to tell just by camera work alone that many more parts of this film were shot using blue screen or green screen and superimposed using CGI than in Part 1. Have you ever made a vision board? Directors make something similar during pre-production called a lookbook. The biggest purpose of this tool is for directors to pre-plan a set of visual themes or sets of themes that they plan on executing during production. Think of it as a recipe, in other terms. In order to get a certain desired result, you must follow the list of pre-planned ingredients and instructions. The lookbook is a director's recipe for their film, and they must use their creative decisions and instincts to mold the elements of film to create a certain vision. For example, look back at the moment that Glinda was in her home speaking with Madame Morrible. If you pay close attention to the structure of shots, you'll see different composites that leave characters distorted from one shot to the next, namely Madame Morrible. Perhaps this was on purpose, however. If this were the case, it should have been more present with the characters involved to create a more cohesive vision throughout the whole film, both visually and stylistically. So why did it even get 1 star, you may ask? All things considered, I was still really impressed by the music. The film's stars truly shined when they could use music to ascend both human emotion and human expression. Their performances really made me want to go back and listen to the soundtrack after watching the film. Moving forward though, that's just enough for me. Thank you for watching and sharing in the magic of movies with me. Let me know which film I should review next, and comment below your thoughts on Wicked for Good. And as always, keep dreaming. Bye!